It's a
Wow.
quarterly thing and an annual thing. So probably by the beginning of the year, they will announce it again. Also, we had another one in Florida that was doing something similar to that. So receiving the grant, it was roughly about $200,000.
What's up, everybody? Right now I am during my lunch break. I'm eating. I got curry chicken. And doing my meds. Um, One thing. I'm also watching a seminar thing about setting up a nonprofit. You can tell this kind of a oranges curry. Anyway, first thing I want to say is these fun things, man. um, since I have cancer, one of the things that popped up was diabetes. Um, and it's kind of interesting because when you look at the size of the meals and the amount of shots that you have shot that you have to take, it's like crazy how small it is versus your meal. Um, I have to take two. One is long term, so this is one that lasts all day long. It supposedly dissipates throughout the day, and then you have a short term. This one is the one that I use right before I'm eating a meal. Um, Again, it's like it has these little needles that you just screw on, so disposable needles. But the amount that you end up having to use is pretty small, man. And it's kind of crazy, to lower your blood sugar down. Uh, there's another story about that, but anyway, I just want to share that. And then I have to do these other pills, which act as my pancreas. Basically, my pancreas doesn't work, so I have to take these supplements, which I think have honestly been probably the most beneficial for me in my treatment, because I can definitely tell the difference when I'm not taking them. And this is called Creon, and they're not cheap, man. So thankfully, having insurance helps pay for this stuff. But yeah, little pills I take during my meals, and you have to do it. The one thing that they didn't tell me, well, that I had to learn after was at first they weren't working. And what I found is that you have to eat them during your meal. So not before, not after. It's during your meal, um, which has the biggest impact of because it gets digested with your food. I don't know what it creates. It's the pancreatic enzymes or something like that, but it helps what the pancreas doesn't do. Anyway, that's the food stuff. But yeah, so along with having the cancer and doing these videos and whatnot, I started to been wanting to set up a nonprofit. Basically, I don't know if you guys have seen it. Probably not. Let me see if I can put it up on here. I have a Jeep that I started building with my dad to promote cancer awareness. It started off as something to get my dad. I don't know. Hard to explain, but anyway, it's crazy. It's a crazy Jeep, and my dad. We work on it when usually after work. And we actually have a couple projects. It ended up spawning into a couple, but let me see if I can get a picture of this thing. I do have it's on Facebook, and I do have a YouTube channel for it, but I haven't started doing the YouTube on it. Oh, I mean, I did. You'll see it in one of the videos if you look through my videos. Let me see if I can find it actually. Find out where to share this from the screen. But capture. Let me see if I can. Oh, let's go with here. Create a new window. YouTube, Facebook. I don't know. I hate Facebook, but whatever. And I'm gonna have to read through all that stuff. Let's go. showing up that I'm gonna turn off my active status. I don't want to do that. I don't want to share all my stuff. Let's see. I want to change this to Facebooker. Yeah. Oh, anyway, this is my little Jeep that I'm doing. Oh, I gotta do the transition. Ah, there we go. This is a Jeep that I started doing to promote cancer awareness. Now, let's see if basically it didn't look like this one we got. It was big. It looked like a regular Jeep. It was all rusted up. But my goal with it is to express what it's like going through cancer and the treatment. So it's an old military Jeep, 1952 M38 is what they call it. Didn't look anything like this, but as a kid, I always wanted to build something like this. Not exactly like this, but wanted to build something. But anyway, so it's all rusted up on the outside, and we plan to put guns on it. I got a jet engine that's going with it, all kinds of crazy stuff. And the whole thing is to be so crazy that it draws attention. And it allows me to tell my story and share other people's story. So one of the things that I plan to do with it is as I meet people and people support the cause, what I was going to do is get dog tags and put it on the body, probably around the top area. It doesn't matter where. It's just I'm going to start putting them on there. So anybody that supports the cause, I'll attach dog tags to it. They'll have whatever saying they want to put on it, so on. And I want, when I take it to an event or so on, I want people to see other people involved with it. Example, like my sister has breast cancer, so she's getting one put on there. And maybe different types of dog tags. Like somebody was saying, oh, you're taking, the military, thing. And I was like, well, I was in the military, so to me that doesn't throws it out. But I was gonna do a different style dog tag for people. So there's one that if you were in the military, you'll get a maybe military style one, which like I did a video a while back about my buddy that passed away from pancreatic cancer. Anyway, the goal is to share other people's journey and show how many people, so many people been affected by cancer, so. But anyway, all the, let me see if I got some more. I got plenty of pictures of this thing. I was going to throw guns on it. I want to build one of these to put on the side. My goal is to do it in a paintball fashion. Either paintball or airsoft. So that way, when I take it to an event, it'll give other reasons why people can come by there. I'll set up a little target that they'd be able to shoot out of the passenger seat. Something like that. But again, it's airsoft kind of related. Something that's not really super dangerous. I mean, oh man, this is me going through. This is part of the jet engine thing. Originally, I think I may pause this idea. I wanted to mount it above the top of the Jeep, but further thought and restrictions and weight. I don't want to say restrictions, but just making it happen. Right now, as the engine sits, it's 800 pounds. And again, this is to take it to an event, and it's just so crazy that people want to come check it out. And then I can express the whole story about how I found cancer or how I discovered I had cancer, things you should look for, and then share other people's stories about how, what did they go through, and what happened, just different people's stories, because it's not just my story, because there's a lot of people that go through cancer, and hopefully I can share with others what others have been through and their journeys and so on, like one example, I guess, on this is this build is, it's actually helped me a lot mentally, and all that just because I feel like I have a purpose with it. So, and it's something that I like doing. I've always been a builder. Now I build websites for a living, so I work on the back end of them. But this is my other passion. But yeah, it's all kinds of stuff. And as I go around and I meet people, I try to, get their stories. And, like I bought from this guy, I met and bought a first aid kit, which came with and then this stretcher. Well, it come out of a helicopter, Vietnam era helicopter, and I wanted something medical related, if I can. The guns and all the ammo, anything that I put in there, I got a grenade launcher. All that's to represent the different types of treatment that you may have to go through. Could be chemo, could be a blood transfusion, could be a surgery even, So that's what the goal is to express with this vehicle. And again, just be so off the charts that, people want to check it out. Trying to figure out different locations. That's the Gurney thing. And, again, it's like just meeting people along the way. And also sharing the struggles with the build, because to me the build also represents what it's like going through chemo or going through treatment, because you don't know what the end result's going to be. It could be how it gets removed, and I don't know where this journey with this build's going to go. I'm like example, I wanted to put the jet engine on top. Now I just deemed it, in order for me to get it done in the time frame that I want and to achieve the things I want, that's not going to happen. Not right now. Maybe I'll do a second version with it. It's always going to constantly evolve. That's how I see it. This is the video of me talking about how it's going to go and all that, but I came up with a different solution, which will be a trailer tow behind. Still have the same impact as what it does mounted on the top, but it's a little bit safer, and maybe this way I can actually fire it up if possible. That's kind of the goal, is to get it to a point where I can fire up, because that thing is a beast. But I did a GoFundMe for it, and I had a lot of people donate to it and so on. But it's just a never-ending journey with this thing. And again, that's the whole part of this purpose of me setting up the nonprofit, is to put this all in, because it's basically to bring about cancer awareness. There's two main things that I want to focus with. One is cancer awareness, and if as I raise funds or anything like that, some of it will go to our build, but some of it gets donated to some cause, or some cancer related cause. Example, this one right here, this is the guy I bought the jet engine from, and I said, hey man, if you give me a discount, I'll pay you full price for it, but if you give me a discount, I'll take that and donate it to donate it to St. Jude's. The difference. So he gave me $300 off, and I donated that $300 to St. Jude's, which is to help children and families that have cancer, mostly the children. So something with what I'm trying to do with this is sort of like what St. Jude does, but not exactly the same. Maybe I can, maybe I should set my goals bigger, but my goal is just to create something, to create awareness and help others out that are going through similar situations. Because like I said, I got a good job. I get to work from home. Not everybody's that fortunate, man. When I first got diagnosed, I I couldn't imagine working a labor job and having to deal with this stuff. It's just that brutal. Um, Most people watch it online. Chemo treatments, man. Chemo's hard, man. And yeah, it's just I'm just very fortunate that I have a good support group, if you want to call it that. This was kind of the goal we were looking at putting. This is a buddy of mine, old Navy buddy, sent me this piece, and that kind of spawned into more. And just so happened to find a jet engine online one day, and was like, "Ooh, let's do this." But if it was smaller, maybe half the size, maybe I could do this. But being 800 pounds, and that's not even fired up or anything like that, there's no way that this is possible without super heavy duty out the truck. You got to worry about the tires being able to hold the weight, and then the drivability. Like that thing's gonna actually, if that thing was to do it, wouldn't it, depending on the angle, it would push it down or pick it up. And just looking at look at the jet cars, and stuff like that. They're not this high. They're all in the bed, half that distance down. So and it's just so fortunate enough that I was lucky to get Hellboy as the plate. Right now it's on my truck, and that's until we get the Jeep further along in the build. Once the Jeep gets further along, and I'm able to register it and all that, then it'll get that plate. Once I get it drivable. But this is, I guess, part of my way of sharing back to the community, sharing with others that are going through cancer. Some people may look at it as it's just for me, but it's not. It's for other people to share the cause, help others out, inspire others to, that are going through things, to get out and do something. Anyway, it's always fun working with my dad. Sometimes it's really difficult, but we're pushing through it. He has his way of doing things, and I have mine, and some of that, is bonding and whatnot. Sharing with him who I really am as a person. Anyway, that's about all I got for you guys right now. I could explain more later, which I'll try to do, but I gotta get back to work, and I gotta finish this other video. I kind of put on quiet mode. So if you're interested in learning more, you can check out Project Hellboy on Facebook or projecthellboy.com. That's for that project. And like I said, I'll follow that journey too, as I'm doing all this stuff. That's all I got. So love y'all. Peace out. And thanks for following, watching, subscribing.